मैं डेफिनेटली बोलूंगा कि अगर आपको इंडियन टेलीविजन सच में एक्सप्लोर करना है, go back to the older shows, go back to the DD shows, watch Bharat Ek Khoj by Shyam Benegal, watch Mirza Ghalib, watch the shows by Neena Gupta, Dard, Saas, fantastic shows made by a woman creator back in the day who's now this iconic actor, but the fact that at such a young age they explore the challenges of two very different women in Dard and Saas. Sacred Games,
definitely. I thought that the show knew that it was a complicated show. It did not shy away from showing something that was just mounted on such a high scale, but not make it look stereotypical or conventional at all. Wonderfully written show, wonderfully directed show.
I just want to touch upon some Indian shows that I think have been the most influential in terms of how they have influenced and impacted Indian television and Indian pop culture. Starting with, I mean, we can obviously talk about the older shows as much as we want. We haven't seen a lot of them, but of course, all the old shows from Doordarshan and all of those channels were pretty amazing in terms of the storytelling. I've seen a bunch of them. I mean, for that matter, even Circus, starring Shah Rukh Khan. Circus was a show, people don't know that it was a show by Aziz Mirza, who later was a collaborator with Shah Rukh Khan on his production house as well. They went on to make films like Fir Bhi Dil Hai Hindustani and all of those shows and all those films. But they started together because Aziz Mirza was the creator of Circus.
Right.
Shah Rukh Khan started with that show. Ashutosh Gowarikar was on that show. And Circus, if you actually watch the show, it is, even for this time, if you watch it today, it's a good show.
Right.
Circus is a good show in terms of just how it approaches show writing, in terms of the fact that it brings in this new character in an already established world, but this character is also connected to this world in some way because he is the son of the person who runs the circus. पर इसको अब है कि मेरे को circus बंद करना है क्योंकि time change हो रहा है. So in that sense also documents a shift in the times of that. मतलब उस time में क्योंकि circus का time खत्म हो रहा था, which was such a primary form of entertainment for so many people. तो यार बहुत ही सही show है यार Circus.
So many of the things in terms of production design and everything that cinema could cater about.
Yes.
So it's again something
बहुत minimal production design, बिल्कुल set पे shoot किया है. Actual animals हैं उस show के अंदर.
हाँ.
मतलब actual में शेर वेर जो भी उसके अंदर animal है वो सच में थे उस time पे. Which obviously maybe not the right thing to do in retrospect, but उस time के हिसाब से फिर भी मतलब यार एक शो के लिए ये चीजें करना बहुत ही बड़ी चीज है. शाहरुख खान का फौजी भी मेरे हिसाब से, लेकिन मेरे को तो मैं शाहरुख खान का इतना बड़ा फैन हूँ, मेरे को तो फौजी भी एज अ शो बहुत पसंद है. Another show from back in the day is Mullah Nasruddin starring Raghuveer Yadav, which I had watched.
Blast from the past, yes.
I saw that show because when I was supposed to talk to Raghuveer Yadav for an interview, but I was so impressed with that show. Because again, it's like a fairy tale. It's like an Arabian, it's like a show that is taken right out of an Arabian Nights book. And the fact that it's based in India, or at least made in India, India के रेगिस्तान के अंदर, बहुत सही शो है वो भी. पर again तुम इन वाले शो की वो देखोगे कि मतलब the way that they are made, of course तुम आज वाले शो से compare नहीं कर सकते. फिर भी यार वो low budget में तो बढ़िया शो बना रहे थे.
Production value वो तो नहीं कर सकते, but in terms of how wonderfully they created and structured their work and everything, it really, I mean,
you see a show like Idhar Udhar with the Pathak sisters, Pathak Shah and Supriya Pathak. It's such an amazing sitcom for its time, yaar. Matlab such a progressive show.
See, I guess in terms of Indian television shows,
like
you see those and you feel really sad for the current state of.
हाँ यार, मतलब at some point just everything changed in the early 2000s when the Saas Bahu revolution just suddenly started. Revolution बोला फिर उसको जो मर्जी बोलो.
No, revolution बोल सकते हैं, but not in a very positive sense. Because it just, पर तुम actually got to see women as human beings. This whole new trend in serials, they just completely bypassed, this perspective towards a more humanized perspective of women and just saw them as either wily negative characters or
हाँ मतलब यार मैं definitely बोलूँगा कि अगर आपको Indian television सच में explore करना है, go back to the older shows, go back to the DD shows, watch Bharat Ek Khoj by Shyam Benegal, watch Mirza Ghalib. I think also a Shyam Benegal show, I'm not sure, but had Nasiruddin Shah in it. A lot of other great actors as well. Watch the shows by Neena Gupta, Dard, Saas. Fantastic shows made by a female creator, made by a woman creator back in the day who's now this iconic actor. but the fact that at such a young age she was making these, big budget, at least, I mean, they look like well-budgeted shows.
Yeah.
And they explore the challenges of two very different women in Dard Insans. Definitely watch these shows. Ye Jo Hai Zindagi.
Okay.
Ye Jo Hai Zindagi was another great, Indian show back in the day. And of course, I've seen some episodes of Nukkad as well. I've seen some episodes of Hum Log as well. Some shows बहुत बढ़िया हैं. Amak.
Oh yes.
It was called Amak, right?
Yes. Amak. Yeah.
Amak.
Yeah.
Amak. By Manikol.
Yeah.
Again, like a mini
series. I
series.
wouldn't say it's particularly like it's brilliant as a show compared to the others that you've listed here. Definitely very again avant-garde. Very very modern in its ability to tell a story that wouldn't have been that palatable otherwise. I mean, it's adapting Amak. The Idiot is a difficult story to adapt in any case. But yeah, definitely.
One more show I'll say from back in the day, Office.
Oh yes.
Office. We don't realize the number of actors that show has given us, man. Pankaj Kapoor, of course, was already a star, but was already like a star in the parallel cinema. But still, Pankaj Kapoor became like a household name with that show. Sanjay Mishra, Manoj Pawa, and a bunch of other actors as well.
Yeah.
I think Deven Bujani.
Okay. Right.
And then, of course, we have the Sarabhai versus Sarabhai and Khichdi.
Yeah.
And again, like, I just have really, really fond memories of watching all of these shows. So now, just quickly coming back to the new Indian shows that we love.
Yeah.
Starting with Sacred Games.
Sacred Games, definitely. A lot of people do criticize that show now because
of the second season, I think.
Because of the second season. I really like the second season.
Me too.
I thought that the show knew that it was a complicated show. It did not shy away from showing something that was just mounted on such a high scale.
Oh, yes.
And its ability to, tie up so many different narratives to really go into this police versus gangster story, but not make it look stereotypical or conventional at all.
Yeah.
And this beautiful running sense of humor that it had, along with the crisis, wonderfully written show, wonderfully directed show. Sacred Games, definitely. One of my favorite shows, though, from Indian cinema, Indian web shows is Family Man. Love that show. Love that show. Love the performances. Love the way that it's written. Love that it's got so much humor and heart.
Oh, yes.
And love the balancing of his characters. I mean, the whole, family man versus espionage. It's such a great balance.
मतलब क्या सही चीज निकाली एक इंडियन ऑडियंस के लिए उसको narrative बनाने के लिए, but at the same time a very real conflict for an Indian person to have.
True.
क्योंकि हमने सुना भी है ना ये सब कि मतलब लोग जो होते हैं इंटेलिजेंस में बताते भी नहीं अपने घर पे कि हम लोग इंटेलिजेंस पे हैं.
हाँ.
तो वो सब भी है.
हाँ.
Made in Heaven, which is a rare drama, like just a drama with very real human problems that मतलब कोई ऐसा नहीं है कि उसके अंदर कोई बहुत अलग उन लोगों ने कुछ क्राइम वाली चीजें डाली हैं, कुछ डाली हैं, बहुत रियल कॉन्फ्लिक्ट्स डाली हैं और बहुत अच्छे से उन लोगों को उन कॉन्फ्लिक्ट्स को प्रेजेंट किया है. But at the same time, it made some really, really important and meaningful points about the world that we live in, especially India. Tabbar is also an excellent show by Ajitpal Singh on Sony Live. 100% a show that not a lot of people have seen, but the way that it combines the dysfunctional family template of India with crime, it really, really deserves more credit, and also the way that it explores the human psyche with great performances from Supriya Pathak and Pawan Malhotra and all the other actors as well.
House of Secrets, Trial by Fire, Cinema Marte Dam Tak. Phenomenal shows, all three of them. Two of them documentaries, one,
I'll just say like maybe Baked was one show from the YouTube era, and Panchayat from
Panchayat.
Two Indian comedies that I like, and Sumukhi Suresh's Pushpavali.